So this was the problem that we missed at the beginning of the year on the little, see what you know in the, see what you learned in the 7th grade test that was given to the 8th graders. And most people got an answer like 3 and 4, 6. 3 and 4, 6. How did they get that? They took this, and then they took 5 minus 1. Can I do that?
No.
No. Okay, so how do you do this? Yes, ma'am. What do you?
This is a guess, but do you write it into an improper fraction?
I think I did see somebody do that. It is traditionally not done like that, only because we're going to be getting some numbers. I'm glad you mentioned that, but it can be done. But when you have something like 23 and 7/8 minus 14 and whatever it is, I'll just put, I should have made this a 5/8 and make this 7/8. All right. But if I want to do improper minus improper, I've got to go 23 times 8. Isn't that going to be a big number?
Yes.
I don't want to do that. Okay, so we try to do it right from here. So I'm going to show you 2 ways, the traditional way, and I'm going to show you another way. So the traditional is I have to subtract from top to bottom, right? And this is as if I've got 5 whole boxes and 2 whole boxes. I filled them, and I always say, like, this is my store, and this person comes in and they want to take out 2 filled boxes and 5 chocolates. They've got 5 kids in the car, but they don't want to buy a 3rd box. But this is what's on my shelf, is 1 lonely chocolate on the counter. I don't have enough to give them of the pieces. So does anybody know what I would have to do with a box here? I'll tell you. We're going to open it. I'm going to take 1 from this and make it 4. The problem is I don't just put a 1 because it's a different type of 1. What I'm bringing over is a whole entire box. I'm bringing over a whole box. And these boxes here all were filled with 6 chocolates in it each. That is a whole box. This side here is for my pieces. I can't put a 1 here because you're saying 1 whole box goes here. I can't do it. But I can open the box. I can open the box and take the pieces out. Okay. How many pieces are in that box?
6.
There's 6. And I can tell by the 6 here. So I'm opening that 1, but that 1 is really 6, 6. And then, I could rewrite the whole thing. I really have now 4. I'm bringing over a box with 6 pieces, but I already had 1. So altogether right now, how many do I have?
7.
I've got 7 over 6. Minus the 2 and 5, 6. And then I can go ahead and subtract. That's a lot of work. And then it's going to be what? 7 minus 5 is 2. And then the box size stays the same. And 4 minus 2 is 2. And can that be slimmed down at all?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 and 1/3. Okay. But I don't want to do that each and every time. So, I'm going to show you something else. And if you get it, you get it. I still want you to show me work. Please, you have to support what you did and how you did it. So, even though I might show you little shorter ways, you must support your work. And I'll show you how in just a second. So, I'm going to put that same problem again. 5 and 1/6 minus 2 and 5, 6. In fact, I'm going to do a couple. 7 and 3/5 minus 2 and 4/5. And I'll put another one here. I'm going to go 6 and 2/7 minus 3 and 4/7. I'm going to go 7 and 3/10 minus 4 and 7/10. So here's what I do. I just have to recognize I don't have enough to give my customer. He wants 5, I only have 1. I call it open, open, and this is going to become what?
4.
That for sure is going to become 4. And then I'm going to open and add. I'm going to add these two numbers. 6 plus 1 is what? 7. Okay. Because what I did is that, remember, I brought 6 over, I brought a 1 over, which really had 6 pieces, and I had 1 from before. So all you really need to, and it came to 7. So I had 6 that I brought over and 1 more that I had, so it came to 7. So I open and add these two numbers. 6 that I'm bringing over plus the 1, and it's 7. Now can I subtract? Yes, no, maybe? So what's my final answer? 2 and what? 2 and 2, 6, and then we can, of course, reduce it to 2 and 1/3. So let's go over to this one. Okay, so can I take 3 minus 4? No. So I'm going to open one of my boxes, and it's going to have 5 pieces in it. So I'm going to open and add these two top numbers, because I had 3 and I'm bringing over 5. 5 and 3 is what? It's going to be 8, and then you're ready to go. So my final answer is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4/5. Done. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Do 2 more real quick. Is the guy wants 4 pieces. I don't have enough to give him, so I have to do what? Well, I can't add until I open this box, and then I add these pieces, because 7 pieces are coming over, and I already had 2. 7 and 2 is 9. So I now have 9. And then I can subtract. So it's going to be 2 and 5/7. See if you can do this one. Just write that on your paper. And then somebody tell me the answer before it's reduced. Tell me the unreduced answer. Luke, what'd you get?
2 and 6.
Okay. Anthony, what'd you get?
3/5.
Well, but I said unreduced answer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. They got it. So again, I don't have enough to give the guy. I'm going to open a box, and then I'm going to add the 10 pieces that are coming over from a brand new 10 out of 10 box that's open, and add the 3 that I had. 10 plus 3 is 13, and I'm ready to go. So that's going to be 6/10, and there we go. And this is kind of the work that I want to see. I want to see your original. Don't go ahead and say, oh, I'm so smart. I know that's 3/5. I want to see it with the tenths first, and then you can go ahead and put your new answer. So let's look at, I gave you an easy paper and another one that's sort of easy. I didn't want to do an easy and a hard, because I want to be mindful of our time and lunchtime and mindful of the work that I send home. I don't want you to have more than 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and look at these. All of these, this is the easy side. All of these denominators are the same. So we'll look at this C. Okay. So I have 12 fill boxes and 1 chocolate on the counter. The guy comes in and wants 7 fill boxes and 5 pieces. Do I have enough to give him? No. So what do I need to do?
Open the box.
Open a box. And then what? Add these two. Because the boxes have 6 in it. So 6 pieces are coming over plus the 1 that I had. So please mark through that at least and put a 7. So that's kind of the work that I want to see. And then you're good to go. So that's going to be what? Is that 4? And 2, 6. And then we can make that 4 and what? And if I didn't have room right here to put it, I can put my final answer right here. 4 and 1/3. And then we're going to look. Oh, there it is right there. So it is right there. And I'm going to put the letter C for all of the 4 and 1/3 that I have. Let me see if there's any others. 4 1/2. No, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That is it. Okay. Now, well, let's do this one right below it. So here's an example of why I don't want to do it as improper fraction. Do you want to multiply 94 times 12? No. So again, the guy wants 7 pieces. I've only got 5 on the counter. What am I going to do? CJ, what am I going to do? I'm going to open a box. So I'm going to have 93. And then what do I do right here? Add these. And you don't have to circle it necessarily, but 12 and 5 is for sure. We don't have 5 anymore. We have 17. And then we can go from there. So 17 minus 7 is 10 twelfths. And oh, I've got to borrow. Okay, so I'm going to borrow here. Becomes an 8. So that is going to be 7. 8 minus 5 is 3. Which is, and again, if you don't have room, 37 and 5, 6. I hope that's it. There it is, right there. So that gets the letter I. I just saw it. Okay. I. Are there any more I's? No. All right. Now, what do you do? Uh-oh, right here. The guy comes in, he says, give me my 5 full boxes and I want 5 pieces. But I have to say, sir, I have nothing on my counter to give you. What is nothing? What number means nothing? So just like you would put a 0.0 at decimals, I'm going to put a 0 over 7 here. And then you do the same thing. So I can't subtract. I'm going to open a box and add these 2. Which should make sense. 7 and 0 is 7, which again should make sense because 1 whole box was coming over, but remember that box had 7 pieces in it, 7 sevens. So I end up with 7 sevens. Okay. So then can we subtract? What is that? That's going to be 3 and 2 sevens. And is that there? So look for your 3. There it is, and that's the letter H. 3. Yeah, some of them you will have 2. I don't see any. Let's see if this is. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and look at this one here real quick. She's building a fence using nails that are 2 1/4 inch long. She drove one of the nails through a board thick. Oh, this is another post and board. So it's going through a board that is 3/4 inches thick into a post that is 3 inches squared. Okay. So here's the board, here's the post. But what's going through those two? What's going through the board and the post? The nail. So watch this carefully. There's a number that I don't even need. Here is my nail, and it's going through that board, and that nail is 2. I should have drawn it bigger, but that nail is 2 1/4 inches thick. They want to know how far did the nail go into the post. Do they want to know how far the nail went into the board? No. They just want to know how far right here. So who has an idea what I would do to see how far that nail just went into this post? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advanced brains. Somebody share what they think. Yes, ma'am.
You subtract 3 from 2 and 4.
Okay, does anybody else have another idea? So look at this carefully. Here's my nail. My nail is 2 1/4. And I just want, of that 2 1/4, I just want this much. How much of this nail should I take away? Nobody sees it? Yes, ma'am, Erica. That's it. Because guess what was extra information that I didn't need at all? That 3. I didn't need to know that that was a 3-inch square post. The nail went here, it's 2 1/4, and if I take away this much, I will have that green the rest of the nail. So it's going to be 2 1/4 minus 3/4. And can you handle it from there? So I'll let you do that. You don't have enough to subtract, so you've got to open and add here. And then let's see what this one says over here. Okay. This one said he decided to walk 9 3/10 mile from his house to the beach. Okay, so I'm going to draw this one up here. And then you can maybe, I don't know, find a spot to work it. Because I hate to have you do it on paper. So he's going from the house to the beach. And I would suggest you draw this. Okay. It says in the first hour he walked 3 4/5 miles. So in the first hour he walked 3 4/5. Then in the second hour, he walked another 2 9/10. He walked another 2 9/10. Okay. And the question is, how much further does he have to go? So who knows what we're looking at? Or what we're looking for? Max, what do you think?
We're looking for how much further he has to go.
How much further he has to go, which is from, so he's right here right now. He's got to go from here to here. And that is what we don't know. So now that you have this picture, who has an idea what you would have to do? Luke, what?
Yeah, you would have to add 3 4/5 between.
Yep. There you go. That's it. So if you're missing a piece, it's usually done by subtracting. And he's right. You're going to have to take this minus the total of that. So there's your picture for that. And let me be mindful of the time. It is 11:44. We've got 15 minutes. So let's see what we're going to do. We're for sure going to do all of these. And I have to tell you, you need to make sure that you tell me what that total is. Every time you open and add and show your original with the same denominator, don't all of a sudden put, okay, it's got 6, but all of a sudden you got 4 1/3. No, show me your original answer. And then you can reduce it. And then on this side, these are easy subtraction because on this side, there's no borrowing. There's no opening and adding at all. So what I would like you to do, and I think you will need a sheet of paper on these. Did I pass out a sheet of paper? Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not going to have you do all of these. I just want you to set these up and down. These should be set up just like these. We usually don't do fractions across. So you're going to set up this one, this one, this one on your paper, and you're going to do this one and this one. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, but this is on the lined paper. How much? And I think these are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to let you read those on your own. You don't have to do this puzzle. Just find your mixed up answer and cross it out. So you're going to end up crossing out 5 answers. Okay? Can we handle that? This side is going to take you probably 5 minutes. This side, you'll probably get done before lunch. Okay, girls and boys, you can begin. And people at home, out there in YouTube land, email me if you have a question.